No, I agree with that. What do you guys make of the news that Chelsea are about to submit a second bid
No sense.
for
No sense
Garnacho?
in that. I'm sorry, I do not get that at all. That makes absolutely zero sense to me. I look at the wingers they've got, and I don't see there be any need for Garnacho to come in. I look at what they've got with Sancho, with Pedro Neto, even Madueke, they seem to hype up. They've obviously got enough there. I do not get the need for this. Now, obviously, Mudrik's got problems, so maybe they're looking at upgrading upon him. But I do not see Garnacho as an upgrade at all. I think he's a young player that I think will probably I think it's been a little bit overhyped by some of the Man United. But I get the hype with Diallo. I think Amad Diallo actually looks like a really good player. I've never quite got the one with Garnacho. I think there's been glimpses of it, but there's never been any consistency. I think the attitude's a little bit strange at times. And for me, I don't know if he's going to turn into be a top player or if he's going to be a little bit of a Januzaj, if you remember him, or Makeda, whoever they're coming through at the time. So that's my honest thoughts of it. I don't know about LB, but I think it'd be a strange signing for Chelsea. But I'd be more than happy to see him go for him because I don't rate him.
I just do not understand why they wouldn't be targeting a striker. Or I know Jackson scored a nice goal last night. He's done all right this year, but he's not going to take these. He's not going to take them to a title. Why on earth would they not target a goalkeeper or a striker over a left winger? I do not get it. And it's not like they're getting him on the cheap, like the Sancho got him on the cheap in it, but like Garnacho, it's going to be big money, man. You know that Sanchez, mate, is bottom 3 goalkeepers in the league. I've previously said he's the worst. I don't think it's a controversial statement. He's definitely in the bottom 3 goalkeepers in the league. For a team that wants to go for the title, you've got to improve, mate. How are you not upgrading this? What am I seeing that no one else is seeing? Why is it that Sanchez is still in goal, man? He is awful, awful goalkeeper. Go and get a legit goalkeeper, man. What are we doing? Why are they signing Garnacho over a goalkeeper?
Yeah. Or a striker.
Yeah, listen, maybe they could wait till the summer for Jackson, yeah? But listen, I said on this channel, yeah, to Don, go and get Osimhen in the summer. No, we don't want to break our wage structure. Well, maybe if you would have got Osimhen, you'd be in a title race still.
Facts.
You know? That's the truth, man. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know why they're doing this. It makes no sense. I think he's well overrated. I think Diallo's clear of Garnacho. I think you're going to do really well out of it. Sell him because I don't think he's got a future at United. I don't think he's that good. I think Diallo's clear. But why Chelsea are buying him over targeting a goalkeeper? That's a mystery, man. It really is.
They bought 9 goalkeepers, Chelsea, haven't they? And none of them look good enough. That's the thing. They can't get a number one. If Sanchez is the best out of them 9, what are the other 8 doing? Let's just be real. Like, I look at the situation now up top and I just think, yeah, Jackson, he started to prove a lot of people wrong, including myself. I never thought he was a shambles, but I always thought him for the goal that he was, if I'm honest. And I think that he's proven at times he still is. He's going to be a squad player for them, but he needs to be a squad player. They need to look at who is their next guy, whether it's Victor Gyökeres, whether it's Alexander Isak, or whether it's Victor Osimhen. They're in a situation like Arsenal. They need to go and get a proper killer, but they need a goalkeeper as well. And I don't know who the goalkeeper is, but there's goalkeepers out there that are 100 million times better than Sanchez. I'm with LB. Yeah, so look, Chelsea go and sign those 3 signings, a goalkeeper, a centre-back and a striker. There's nothing stopping them going for a title race next season. Nothing at all. That's what I see.
Yeah. I like Garnacho, but I see no reason for Chelsea to do it. Some Chelsea fans, I think, are pushing this. Yeah, he's just the replacement for Mudryk. You're dropping £60 million on a replacement for Mudryk. Seems a bit excessive. It's considering there are other players in the league that you could go to Bournemouths, you could go to Brentford's. I mean, you're talking about a player that's only costing about 20 million less than Kudus. It doesn't make sense. The amount of money that's being spent for what you're all classifying it. The only way it does make sense, and if we're just objective and forget our own views on the player, is if Chelsea see him as a first-team player. If Chelsea see him as we're not actually happy with what we're getting from Neto, from Sancho, from Noni Madueke, and they see him as a replacement. £60 million seems excessive for someone that's going to play second fiddle and play in the why do you need that for a Conference League player? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. It's the same price. I know he's on lesser wages, he's only on 50 grand a week at us, but it's the same price as what Napoli want for Osimhen. So it doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. And I get that you're saying 35 million max, cool. but that isn't what the reports are saying. You guys are pushing and negotiating. Look, United are asking for 60. Let's say you get a discount. Say you get it for 50 million. I still think that 50 million pounds for a backup is excessive when you could go and get a world-class goalkeeper for something along those lines, and that would leave you in a better position. You could go and get a really good goal scorer for that type of money. You've got West Ham out here bidding 57 million pound for Duran. You've got Nottingham Forest bidding. They've been rejected, but it's a benchmark, 22 million pound for Wissa. If Wissa is valued at 22 million, let's say they double it and they get him for 44 million. If Wissa is 44 million, Garnacho can't be 50 million. It can't be. And I like Garnacho. He just can't be valued more if you see him as a backup. That is crazy business, in my opinion. But I don't want him to go. I really don't want him to go because just in case he does work out, I'd rather him be at Napoli, out the way. Like Scott McTominay's having a great season. But I'm glad he's having it there and he's not currently top of the league in a Premier League side. But yeah, it's a bit of a left wing one. And you can tell Chelsea fans are fuming about it as well. Like Chelsea fans are absolutely fuming about going for this player, especially the ones who back Clear Lake, who've been backing the sporting directors, who've been backing this project. I think they're looking at it and thinking, well, how do I? I'm talking about you, Don. I think they're looking at it and it's like, how can I word this? How can I word it? Because it's crazy. It's a crazy bit of business.
Don hates Garnacho as well, man. He doesn't rate him at all. He's been linked with both of them, and he's like, I don't want either of them because they're terrible. But well, they're not. I think Manu's a good player. But
I think he rates Maney, but Don has done the whole. Don does this thing, and fair play to him. It's Don's approach. He kind of does the whole. Yesterday the stat got showed that Noni Madueke has scored more open play goals in the Prem this season than Saka. He's the kind of person that would jump on that and kind of make half a point. He likes to troll. And the problem is when you start getting linked to the players you've been trolling, it just creates a bit of an awkward situation. But yeah, that's a weird one. The super chat here says Sanchez is top in save percentages.
All right, yeah, sound dead running, yeah. No, it's fine. Ronin says he's mint then, innit? So yeah, chilling. All right, and you keep him then. What are we doing? Is this guy legitimately trying to what's he doing? Why is he saying that in the message?
Defending
is he trying to tell me that he's a good goalkeeper? Is that what he's trying to do? Ronnie, what is this? What's the purpose of this sentence?
He goes on to say that Garnacho is young and fixable. So he's backing that and says Enzo needs a mate and he is replacing Mudrik's role. Also Enzo, because they're Argentinian, like he's got a friend there. His salary is also the one thing that is true, you'd probably get him for about 80 grand a week. So salary wise, he fits. But this is where I challenge you. If you're going to drop 50 million pounds on a player because he's on 80 grand a week, what does that tell you about the ambition to try and do better this season? When you could drop similar transfer fees, put someone on 200 grand a week who could actually score you 20 to 25 league goals a season. When you could drop 50 million pounds and 150 grand a week and go and sign a world-class goalkeeper who wouldn't create the mistakes and the problems and the carnage at the back that Sanchez does. I kind of get what you're saying about Garnacho, but I just feel it shouldn't be anywhere near Chelsea's priority right now, more than anything. That's almost
so much about that super chat, which is bizarre, by the way. I'm sorry, Ronin, big up to you, but I don't think I agreed with any of the things he broke down there. I just think that is Sanchez is a top goalkeeper because he's got the top save. Enzo needs a mate, and we're trying to replace Mudryk, so that'd be a good signing. I don't agree with any of those statements. It's just bizarre, but big up to you, bro.
Yeah, this here says that's all. Yeah, it is. It's about the same transfer fee as Kvaratskhelia.
Crazy. That was a mad one, that, by the way. How nobody was on that. That must have been pre-agreed months ago or something. How no one jumped all over that. 63 million Kvaratskhelia. I was screaming for Arsenal to do it. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy money.
That would have been mint for you, though, if you would have got Kvaratskhelia, because you need to upgrade your left wing.
Would have been
fantastic. But Trossard's just inconsistent, man. That's the problem with Trossard. Like, when he's on it, Trossard's mega, but he's so inconsistent, mate. Like, you need to upgrade. And Martinelli, for me, nah, he ain't
60 million Garnacho to replace 60 million Neto to replace 90 million Mudryk to replace 60 million Pulisic. Sometimes I wonder how much work some scouts actually do in competence.
That is facts, man. I mean, I like Pedro Neto, but the others has been an absolute disaster, really. There, and let's be real, how much money that Chelsea do just waste, man. It's just crazy, criminal.
I have a
Really.
theory, though. Do you want to hear my conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
So I have this conspiracy theory. So let me premise this as well. So this is a bit of fun, ladies and gentlemen. If you take it seriously, touch grass, get a girlfriend, enjoy life. What if these billionaires that own clubs have like a little pack? When you're struggling financially and you need some help, Chelsea will buy Mount off you. But you know, when we're struggling and we need some help, you need to buy one of ours. I just look at it and think, when you think about Kai Havertz, when you think about Mason Mount, maybe Garnacho, and there are other ones as well. You know, you saw some real examples in the summer of 2 or 3 of the clubs in PSR issues all buying each other's young players for 20 odd, 25 million, none of which have kicked a ball for either club this year. I am starting to think maybe there's an element here of, okay, we're in a good space now, but you're in a good space, but we need some help. We're willing to give you Garnacho, but we need that pure profit. Can you help us? And I don't know. I feel like it holds a little bit of water, but some of these transfers just feel strange to me.
Yeah. I mean,
agree.
Arsenal
I'd agree. Weird.
Arsenal and Chelsea have got a weird obsession with each other in sharing players. Let me tell you that. So maybe you're right, bro.
Potsy, would you take Garnacho at Arsenal?
No.
Would you not?
No, I genuinely don't think he's any different to Trossard or Martinelli, bruv.
Yeah, no, I understand. I wouldn't take him if I was you, but I just thought I'd ask.
No, I'm not a fan of him. I think he look, it's a bit harsh. I'm not a fan of him. He's still young. He could go on and be great, but I don't see it personally. I take Diallo over him any day of the week, personally, out of the two. But but yeah, I wouldn't take him. I want someone who's a guaranteed star, not another squad player, man. We've got too many of them in Arsenal.
I agree. That's why you should have gone for Kvaratskhelia, man.
Bro, I was crying. He was the one. He was the one for me.
Wait, was it even that expensive? Was it that? How much was that Kvaratskhelia?
63, man. 63.
Wow.
Mate, we paid 65 for Havertz, man. Come on, what are we doing here?
I'm amazed that you didn't even get was you even linked with him?
Nah.
I think that's like a prime position that you need to upgrade. And that's not even that expensive, man. And he's a good player.
Very good player, mate. I couldn't believe it. He was on 40k a week at Napoli as well. So he wasn't even asking much wages. It was just an absolute no-brainer. But I think PSG had agreed ages ago to get rid of him, to get him in, because nobody even went for him. Man United, no Chelsea. Chelsea linked with Garnacho. Why didn't they go and get Kvaratskhelia if they wanted a winger? Do you know what I mean? Why was it just PSG that got him? There was no one else linked, apparently. Maybe there was Liverpool and Chelsea that was sniffing, but I think they just got told, nah, it's done. He's off to PSG. It's mad that no one went for him. He would have been brilliant for the Premier League, man. Would have been brilliant.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that. The same Oceanman that has 1 season of 20 goals. You are true. He got 31 goals that year. But that's not actually not true. So
nobody likes him, do they? Nobody likes Osimhen.
Let's go for his. Let's go for his career since he started playing. So his first 2 seasons, he only played 16 games across 2 seasons. Clearly young and clearly not playing regularly, right? But no goals in 16 games as a kid. From when he first started playing week in, week out, first season, 20 goals. Second season of his full-time debut, 18 goals in 38 games. And then he did 4 years in Serie A, 10 goals in 30 year one, not great. Then he got 18 goals in 32. Then it was 31 goals the following season. And then last year, we know there was problems and there was issues and the team kind of fell apart, but 17 goals. So far this season at Galatasaray, 14 goals in 18 games. So yes, you're right. He hasn't had loads of 20 goal a season, 20 goal a season. He had 2 seasons where he scored 20 goals or more in his career. But the ones, he had 3 that were narrowly just below that at 18, 18 and 17. And this year, the current goal scoring rate he's on, he's tracking towards scoring over 30 goals again. So for me, again, at 50 odd million pound, that's pretty damn prolific. We're not talking about 150 million pounds here. And that's the thing. And I don't think he's as gifted on the ball, by the way, as Alexander Isak. I don't. But then you look at Alexander Isak and you think to yourself, well, he's only ever scored over 20 goals in 1 campaign as well. And you're talking 150 million pound.
Exactly. So you're not going to be able to get Isak.
Yeah, exactly. So Isak's being quoted 150 million, but 1/3 of that price is a player who, and this is what, look at the numbers here. In 294 games for Isak, he's got 129 goals in his career. That is a player that is now considered a £150 million player at 25 years of age. In 241 career games, so 50 less, Victor Osimhen has 128 goals in that time. He is 26 years of age. I think they're actually the same. If they were in school, they'd be the same year, I think. No, he's 1 year older, Osimhen. So I just look at it and think, and by the way, I think Isak is technically a better footballer. I do think he should be more expensive. But this whole idea of 20 goals a season, like Andy Cole only had like 1 year at Man United where he scored over 20 goals. He's still a United legend. Michael Owen never scored 20 league goals in a season ever in his entire career. And he was a Ballon d'Or winner. I think it's a stat that's well over-egged. If we could bring in a striker who played 40 games, 50 games a season, who scores 25 to 30 goals, I'll be buzzing about that, mate. And I think Osimhen could do that. Terry, bro, all you do is waffle and tell lies. Well, I just thank you for the super chat, bro. And, you know, if you think I'm a liar, the fact you're giving me money to tell me that, I think it says a lot about your disposition. But thank you, bro. We love it.